We think thousands of thoughts a minute. I mean, it's ridiculous how fast the mind can think. It's a very powerful tool. But if left untended, left to its unruly nature, right, without guidance, without nurturing, without tending, we will be off in goodness knows where. The past, the present, the future, fantasy, down in the pit of despair, you name it. The mind will take you there. We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Hello, beloveds. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Soul Coaching. Today, I'm going to talk about meditation. For me, meditation has been one of the primary aspects of my spiritual journey. It is the thing I've done the longest. It's the thing I've done the most consistently. And it is the thing that I have always continued to return to. Inside of all the other practices, as much as I have grown, as much as I've changed, expanded, evolved, meditation has been part of every step of the journey. And so to me, it is a vitally important part of what we are doing here on the path. It is a way to connect with yourself, to understand yourself more deeply, to increase your intuition, to develop your energetic awareness, so many things. And what I am going to share today are some steps or some tips on different things you can do to meditate, because I find as I connect with clients and students, one of the questions comes up is, how do I meditate more? What can I do to meditate? What do you do to meditate, right? And so here are some things that I have done over the years, some ways that I dive into a meditation practice. It's changed over the years. I've done different things. I have explored different practices. And as I have grown, so has my meditation practice. So let's dive into some different ways that meditation has enhanced my life. So number one, when I was first starting out, one of the ways that I meditated was literally just sitting in silence with my breath. And I will say that this is the absolute hardest way. And I would sit there and I would try to breathe, and I could maybe make 2 breaths, 3 breaths if I was lucky, and then my mind was gone, right? I was thinking about something else. I was off on a tangent, and oh my gosh, I totally forgot about my breath. And it was really interesting because I am remembering a conversation that I had with my therapist at that time. And I mean, we're talking at least 20 years ago. And when I was explaining this idea, right, like that I was sitting breathing, and then I could kind of see my mind like it's this separate person coming in through the door. And I was going through this explanation. And one of the things that he offered was to not anthropomorphize myself. And at the time, I kind of just took that at face value and went on with my day. But there was something there because I do feel that in finding these separate parts of ourselves, there is value in that, right? He necessarily didn't see value, or the way that he was looking at it was that I was taking a part of myself and making it outside of myself. And as I've gone on my journey, I think this is kind of valuable. And it can be a really good tool in meditation when you see different facets of yourself as separate from yourself in devotion to bringing them home, right? Not to create more separation, not to other yourself, not to make yourself wrong, but really to create a loving relationship. I do see the value in that separation so that you can see something different, so that you can see a new part of yourself. So back to the breath. Sitting, breathing, quiet, this is definitely a valid form of meditation. However, if you're just starting, I will tell you it is the spiciest. It is, to me, in my experience, the hardest. And now, 20 years later, it's a lot easier to connect to just the breath, right? And feel it in and out of the body. But if you're a beginner, I say yes, it is definitely something to try and experience and play with. And I would say just do that as a small part of your practice. And then we're going to look at number 2 on my list, which is visualization, guided visualization meditations. And when you're first starting out, these, in my experience, are a really great portal in, because what you are teaching your mind to do is focus. And this is a huge part of meditation, is teaching your mind to focus on what you want it to focus on, not what it wants to focus on, right? These will be different things. And if you engage in guided visualization meditations, you are training your mind to follow someone's words, to follow someone's guidance, and to do what you want it to do. And this is such an important part, right? Because just like in Buddhism, where they talk about that you want to be the master of the mind, not have the mind be the master of you. This is what it's talking about, right? Where your mind does what you require of it, what you ask it to do. You get to think entirely what you want to think, not what your mind wants you to think. Before I started on this journey, I remember I would sit and my mind would jump from thing to thing to thing to thing. And I could have started out thinking about one thing, and I was a million miles away from that thing that I started thinking about just a few minutes later. But because the mind just jumps and it is so active, we think thousands of thoughts a minute. I mean, it's ridiculous how fast the mind can think. It's a very powerful tool. But if left untended, left to its unruly nature, right, without guidance, without nurturing, without tending, we will be off in goodness knows where. The past, the present, the future, fantasy, down in the pit of despair, you name it, the mind will take you there. It's really, really good at that. So when you learn to cultivate a practice with the mind where it's doing what you would love it to do, this is where there's so much power, right? So guided visualizations, and if you want some of those, Insight Timer is a great place. I'm actually a teacher on that app, and I have some really great meditations that will take you through different processes and energetic practices, just guided words to listen to, anything that allows for you to be engaged with the mind in a way that is of your choosing. So check out Insight Timer. I'm not the only teacher on there. There are thousands of teachers and probably hundreds of thousands of meditations for free. You don't have to have a membership. You don't even have to download the app. You can listen online. It's all free. So that's a really great resource for you. Another thing I love to do in meditation, number 3, is connect with your guides. Right? Connect with star beings, connect with entities, beings, energies, whatever you would love to call them, outside of yourself. And this would consist of going up, right? Up, using your upper chakras, using your crown, your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, going up and out in vibration into the void, into the ethers with the upper self, and seeing what you can connect with. And this is just a process of clearing your mind, breathing, and then allowing yourself, like setting an intention, right, to connect with something outside of yourself and going up and connecting to the cosmos, connecting to star beings. You can even try to set an intention to go to your star home, like your home star, right? So many of you listening here are going to be star traveler souls. You're going to be star seeds, and you can go visit where you came from originally. So that's a really fun thing you can do. Fourth is go down, connect down. So this is going to be lower self, lower chakras, root, sacral, third chakra, right? Solar plexus. And with this practice, you're going to be seeing what you can connect to here on earth, in this body, in this lifetime. So you still are going up in a vibrational rate. You are still going outside of yourself, but you're going to go into the earth, and you're going to feel interconnected to all the beings on the planet. So this is where you try to connect with a tree or a plant or your dog or the river or the ocean, with the clouds, right? Anything that is a being, a living being of the earth. And this incarnation, this lifetime. And that can be so incredible, just even to feel the love of Mother Earth. Just sitting and feeling the love of Mother Earth is a meditation all in itself. So this is another way that you can meditate and practice, is just feel the earth, feel the grounding, feel the part of your body that connects you to the physical reality that we live in. So another way, number 5, is calm mind, right? And letting yourself understand your thoughts. And this way of meditating is really just sitting and watching your thoughts. And I've had this described, right, as just letting clouds drift across the sky. It's like letting the thoughts just drift in and drift out and not attaching yourself to them. Because what happens in this life, in this body, what happens is we think all the time, but then we believe what we think. And I can tell you how incredibly freeing it is to never believe anything you think. Such a simple practice, and yet a very tricky, spicy practice, right? Because we're thinking all the time and we're making things mean stuff all the time. Imagine a life where you made nothing mean anything. And literally, you just let thoughts cross your mind and off they go, and there they are. And you don't believe any of them, because all they are is thoughts. They're not you. They don't mean anything. They're actually, most of them are connected to the collective narrative. They're not even yours. That's the incredible thing about thoughts, right? We're taught to believe them. We're taught that they're ours, that they're so personal and they mean so much. And in reality, every other person on the planet is thinking them. We share every thought we ever had. The things that are unique to us are inspiration, intuition, right? These are yours and yours alone. If you choose them in the moment, it is said, right, that ideas and inspiration are also shared. And if you don't act on your own inspiration, then it'll go to someone else. I think Elizabeth Gilbert talks about that in her book, Big Magic. She does a really great job of exploring that idea about shared inspiration. So thoughts, thought meditations, right? Just sitting with your thoughts and really depersonalizing them, and recognizing that you are part of a whole collective narrative, and there's a negative collective and there's a positive collective. And if you sit and watch your thoughts, after a few days, you will notice which one you're connected to, and you'll be able to really sort of dive into this idea of what are thoughts and what do they mean? What do they not mean? What are you making them mean? What could they mean? Who would you be without them? There's so much rich territory in there for you. And number 6, one of my favorites, one that we talk about a lot here on this podcast, and that is connecting with the body. So this looks like body scans. This looks like sitting in conversation with your body. It looks like understanding your vibrational rates and your energetic architecture and how the physical body responds to the energetic and spiritual world and what's your part in it. Who are you? A soul living inside a vessel. And the more that you can know this vessel intimately, personally, and embody, right, this entire vehicle, one of the things I love to do is just pause and think about your second toe. Just think about it. How often do you recognize your second toe? The toenail on your second toe, the arch of your foot, right? Like just getting intimate with the body. And you can sit and meditate on the body and every little piece of your body. And this in itself will change your life. It will change your relationship with your body. It will allow you to be grounded into the present moment because the body is here in the present moment. And when you connect with it, you can be here in the present moment. And ultimately, right, all of these forms of meditation, what they are doing is allowing you to be present, allowing you to be here in this moment instead of off somewhere else in your mind or disconnected, right, from your life, distracted, pulled away, pulled into. And so as you are deepening your meditation practice, it really is this process of bringing you, all of you, to now. Looking at everything that's come behind you, looking at everything that could be in front of you, and just allowing all of that to be and be here now, knowing that this moment is so full of gratitude, potential, possibility, nurturing, support, love. Everything you need is right here in this moment. And this is what having a meditation practice gives you. It helps you find this place and anchors you here. So, if you would love more of this, these are some of the things we do in the journey. And our next portal is opening February 1st. We are enrolling now for this deep, deep dive into you. Fall in love with your soul. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with your life, right? These are the things that we're doing in the journey. This is what it gives us. We're learning how to move through the world in the way that's true and correct for you. And if you sign up early, you get an extra month of the journey. We will be opening our group Telegram channel on January 1st. And you will get a whole month of coaching and support from me prior to the portal opening because 2026 is right around the corner. And I want you to be able to say that you went for it. You made a decision that you are the most important thing in your life, and not from an ego place, right? But from the place of you know that when you take care of you, that everybody in your life benefits. That when you focus on yourself and your self-care, your self-healing, your loving of yourself, that everybody in your life has a better life. Because when you give to yourself, then you can give to others. And so this is the place, right? This is the place that the journey comes from. It's self-devotion, but in devotion to us all. There's a link in the show notes. Come be with us in the journey. And let's make 2026 a year that we all remember for all of humanity. I love you.